Is this thing on? Hey, I don't usually do this at night because I rely on natural lighting, and I don't do this when it's raining so hard because you can hear it in my attic. But with the bad lighting and bad sound, I'm kind of craving to do a video. And I was also already showing off that I'm limping here with this little walking device because I ruptured my Achilles tendon. And that's what I really want to talk about. Is I've had a really interesting experience so far dealing with this ruptured Achilles tendon and then getting surgery, and now I'm recovering from the surgery. I still have a cast, so I have a long way to go with regard to healing and physical therapy before I'm walking properly. It'll be many months. But I want to talk about that alongside dealing with chronic migraines, because I've been thinking a lot about pain and the difference between it feeling manageable and it not feeling manageable. So who wants to go on this fun ride of pain with me? Also, I'm not going to do a ton of animation because I'm not at full power yet. So if you see any animation in here, I'm lying. I think I also need to change positions. I didn't think about this in advance, but I don't think I can stand up for this whole time like I usually like to do. So I'll talk to you in a second. What is pain, and how do we get rid of it? I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I have no answers at all. I'm a complete fucking wreck, barely managing day to day, and I'd like to talk about that. I realize I'm going to do this in a lot of different sessions, so I'm going to be changing positions and clothing, and days are going to go by as I make this recording. I have an injured leg, so you have to, sympathy watch this. Let me first explain how I injured my leg, and then go back to migraines and some other things. My brother's enjoying this pickleball thing that a lot of people are playing these days, and I wanted to see what the fuss was about, and so I went with my kid to play with my brother and his wife, and for 20 minutes it was really fun, and I thought, hey, I could keep playing this thing. And then I lunged forward to get the ball, and I felt a huge pop in my leg. I looked back thinking, oh, someone kicked me, or something like outside of my body occurred. And I looked back as I was falling to the ground and noticed nothing was back there, and realized, like, oh crap, that's probably an Achilles rupture. So I hobbled to the car, drove myself to urgent care, and it was immediately clear when the doctor tested that my calf muscles were not connected to my foot that I had ruptured my Achilles tendon. A complete rupture, I like to proudly say. After years of dealing with chronic migraines, this kind of invisible, fuzzy, inexact pain with such a fuzzy, inexact remedy, I was kind of giddy about the clear problem and the clear solution, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a snap. And it wasn't a snap, whatever the hell I meant by that. For one, the surgery itself was kind of tricky. I mean, during the surgery, it was great. I was under anesthesia. I don't know what was going on. But afterwards, it was kind of complicated figuring out how to recover, both the pain management, but also my migraines kicked in and I couldn't use some of my normal migraine medication while I was healing from the other surgery. Even stupid things like being constipated from the Oxy that I took those first few days. All that stuff kind of sucked, and it was hard to figure out how to manage that. And, that was just a short period of time, but it was still kind of a complicated beginning to the process. I'm still in a cast, a few weeks out from surgery, and then I'm going to be in a boot, and then I've got months of physical therapy, and who knows how many months before I'm close to back to normal. And the ups and downs of this whole experience is its own complicated thing that's different than the chronic migraines, and they interplay with each other, which is a whole additional layer. But, now my body's out of whack, and so I'm getting pain in new spots, and some days I have setbacks, or I fall down and worry that I've re-ruptured things. Anyway, so let me talk about that fall for a minute, if you don't mind. I wonder how many sessions this has taken me to record this. Okay, so, I was rolling around on my scooter thingy, and it was the 5th day after my surgery, and I leaned down to pet my cat, and I fell off my scooter, and my instinct, which was a kind of dumb instinct at the moment, was to stop my fall by putting all my weight on the foot where I just had surgery. It was in a splint, but I still smashed onto it, and it hurt like hell. I don't cry much at all. I'm not so human in that way, but in that moment, I think I did tear up a little. And it wasn't the physical pain as much as the despair, thinking I had re-injured this spot and I would have to go beg an orthopedic surgeon to give me another surgery, or maybe I would damage it so bad that I wouldn't be able to walk right again, or something like that. That level of hopelessness really kind of caught me off guard. I was up all night just brooding about it and reenacting over and over again my fall and how I shouldn't have done it, and I was upset with myself and full of despair that I might have just undid all the progress that had happened from the surgery. And I don't know if it was obsession or brooding or shame or pain or just worry, whatever it was just like a messy cauldron of feelings that I wasn't quite prepared for. The migraines and other pain I felt and problems were different. Like the rule book was a little different, and this caught me off guard, I guess. Turns out when I went to the doctor the next day, even though he said that I aggravated it, it seemed like everything was intact and I was okay. So that's great, and I was thrilled. But, whoa, that threw me for a loop. Now, I know people who've gone through much bigger physical and mental health issues than what I'm describing, so I don't mean to overdo what I'm dealing with. But it's still been interesting for me to just figure out how to deal with each day as it comes and figure out what's going on, what I'm capable of doing, how much self-care I need, how much I can kind of connect with other people, and be willing for the formula to change day by day. I can say that's interesting because I'm in a good mood without a ton of pain right this second. I do think I'm just paying attention to my every move and every thought in a new way with these problems. And I hope I carry some of this into when I get back to normal, so to speak. I don't have some amazing epiphany here. I've just been able to appreciate how there's many flavors of pain, and each one has its own rule book. In addition to the moments that feel almost unmanageable, there's also these moments of appreciating life more than I ever did back when I was... So, I feel a headache coming on and my hip hurts, so I'm going to go deal with that crap. But thanks for joining me on this, whatever it was that you joined me on. Click.